Ian folks are no, the comic's not about. I mean, the video is not about a comic book. It's about Scott Weiner, who's a California state senator who's got an interesting history of dealing with kids and adult behavior, and also dealing with HIV as a battery and lessening the punishment for spreading HIV, and also lessening the punishment for adults to be with kids. And then he issued some tweets where the drag queen stuff is children in Texas taking part in drag activity. What a peak Weimar this is, isn't it, Scott Weiner? So he's joking about that on tweets. He's joking about adults being with kids, that type of stuff. Weird thing to joke about. And then you look through his legislative history in the Senate, state Senate, and you go, oh, he's not kidding. This guy's he's like an Epstein type of guy. This Scott Weiner is like an Epstein type of guy, hurting focuses on things dealing with kids. I'm not accusing him of committing the act itself. I'm just saying you look through his history, you can see what I mean by that. Anyway, I also think it's important to support our guys because no other team is supporting us. So this is a comic by Tim Lim and Douglas Ernst, and they don't know me. I don't know them. They didn't ask me to do this or anything like this. Who are our guys? They're base Christians writing comics, and the thing is, this isn't charity. Their comics are top notch, just friggin' top notch. No, they're not Christian comics, and they're not super. You know what I mean? They're not super pure. But there's nothing lascivious or prurient in them either. And both those guys are based, Tim and Douglas Ernst, and they're brilliant writers and artists, and they're writing good comics that are not just the filthy, degenerate stuff that's out in the mainstream. So I think it's very important to support our guys. Like, we need a community of businesses for people who are, in the base community, Christian nationalist community. There's kind of a Christian nationalist side, and there's like an ethno-nationalist side, and there's just kind of a general base side which involves all people. And it's like we can start from the biggest collection of people who are just generally not anti-degenerate. My point is, we have to support each other, and that includes focusing on our businesses and excluding businesses that don't hold our same values. And loosely as a binary, I could say our values are not things that hurt kids. Scott Weiner, California State Senator, loosely our values. We can start with there. Like, we might be from different other ideologies, different sects of Christianity or paganism or whatever, but loosely we can say, okay, are you on board with drag kids? Are you on board with this? Because I'm not, you're not, and if you are, I can't say it, but you shouldn't be. Maybe you're sick and you need help. I get that. But anyway, so Scott Weiner, California State Senator, jokes about Drag Queen 101 should be taught to kids in response to Texas drag show bill. Now, he's a Weiner, kind of an Epstein type of guy. You can almost laugh. I mean, you can't laugh off anything dealing with kids. That's if you're going to hold, like, two things I hold sacred would be anything dealing with kids, anything dealing with disabled people, mentally disabled people. Those are just two things. It's just, if anything is not to be mocked, those are the two things. But what makes it creepy, very, very creepy, like the San Francisco Men's Choir did that video about, we're coming for your kids. And then you look at those guys, and there was one of the guys, was a bunch of the guys had criminal records for hurting kids, and they were singing about hurting kids. San Francisco Men's Choir. Isn't that hysterical? Isn't that funny? Isn't that just such, it's like laughing as a theater burns down funny? On a roof fiddling funny. Isn't that hysterical? Yeah, so you should form local in-groups of like-minded individuals. Just, neighborhood watches, militias, European nationalists, Christian nationalists, whatever you want to call it, base communities. Local geography is important because S hits the fan. You want to be, you can be together at a neighborhood to defend and get things done, sort of thing. So geographically local stuff is important. And you're going to find that like-minded individuals are going to come up with all kinds of ideas when they're free of these sort of parasites who are trying to control the narrative. So you got to be free of these people. And, community groups online is a start, but it's only a start. It's got to be geography stuff. You got to be, within a few miles of each other so you can support each other if you ever need it. So we're going to have to form all these kind of communities, and we haven't done that yet. Some small groups are doing it. Some small, like a Satire, some kind of European religious thing, and there's some Christian nationalism that's forming now, and then there's ethno-nationalist groups. So we're going to have to kind of go in that direction. Legal, peaceful, constitutionally protected activity, of course. You got the Bill of Rights, but I can guarantee you that you won't have it for long, because these people keep. You have the Second Amendment, not in California. Literally, you don't have it in California. You can have it within the curtilage of your house, according to the latest ruling, but you don't have it as the founding fathers envisioned it. So we're going to have to get together and actually start taking part in politics, and then start doing some fundamental reformatting of this country and other things. Anyway, support me if you can on Subscribe Star, and I will see you guys all next episode.